Hey, IDs, welcome to Module 2. It was a really good first week or first module of work this past week. The efficacy of online learning is a really great topic to break into this stuff with, and it did not disappoint. The discussion this week was fantastic. Being able to draw some of your own online experiences. And kind of reflect upon those things and share them, and then compare them to the model that we have with the Mayor book is a really significant thing, and the examples that you brought out were no less than fascinating, and it really kind of does justice to moving us into the next next module, which is the one that's on the adult learner. And one of the things that I like to talk about when we think about the adult learner and online education is just kind of parallel it with what a business does, right? A business is selling a product of some kind, and they need to be really in touch with who the customer is, right? They do tons of market research and things like that to find out who it is that's going to buy their particular product, and so we need to be attentive to that too. We need to know who it is that we're designing our courses for, and that is the adult learner. And they come to our courses with plenty of prior knowledge, prior experience. They come with their lifelong experiences, their family stuff, the stuff with their job, and that all plays really into it. And how we design our courses and need to be aimed at that, so that we can teach them effectively. And what's really interesting, if you have a chance to go back and look at those discussions and think about this idea, you'll notice that a lot of the goods and the bads of your previous online experience, a lot of them have to do with these principles of adult learners. You'd be amazed. So I encourage you, when you're kind of on the back end of completing this module, take a few minutes just to go back and look at last week's discussion. Then look at some of the things that were good and were bad. And I can guarantee you that some, if not a lot of them, are going to be predicated on whether the adult learner principles are being addressed or not. You'll see this week that motivation is an extremely important element in online learning, and how the adult is motivated. It's incredibly important, and it's very different than what a child is motivated by when they're learning as an elementary school or a middle school or even a high school student. And I kind of think that going from, say, a young adult to an adult is really the line drawn in the sand is when you start to think as an adult learner, is when you become an adult, because you're thinking of adult things. You're thinking of your family. You're thinking of balancing your personal life with your professional life and things like that. I want to just wish you the best with this next week, and you can be anticipating that I'll be sending my normally weekly wrap-up email that normally happens on a Tuesday morning. So you can look for that, and if you have any questions, you know where to go. It's the Q&A forum, and it'll be the email to me if that's something that cannot be answered. Just as you know, last week there was a question that came up on in the Q&A forum, and actually it was a really good example of how it can work, because the question was answered by a student, and it's interesting because it was something that I need to reference in the book, and I read the email and I was at work, and I didn't have the book with me, but one of your classmates was the answer of the question. So it's very efficient in that way. That's a really good example how it can work. Have a great week, and I'll see you online. Bye bye.